This video will cover everything you need to know about sponsorship agreements, including the steps to use an online template to create your own. Contracts Council's template marketplace has multiple lawyer-drafted templates that you can choose for your specific needs. If you're an event organizer, business, or nonprofit and need a legally binding sponsorship agreement, then this video is for you. Learn the key concepts and steps to create your agreement in just a few minutes. Before we start, just a brief disclaimer. The following information is provided for educational purposes and in no way constitutes legal advice. For legal advice, we encourage you to consult a licensed attorney. You can find more information in the description along with a link to find lawyer-drafted templates or an attorney. What is a sponsorship agreement? A sponsorship agreement is a contract that outlines the terms and conditions between a sponsor and an event, organization, or individual receiving support. The agreement protects both parties and ensures that each knows what's expected of them. These agreements are useful for a range of parties, such as event organizers, businesses looking for visibility, and nonprofits seeking partnerships. Understanding the key sections in sponsorship agreements is crucial for filling out your online template correctly. Here are the key sections you'll find in most sponsorship agreements. 1. Parties involved. This section includes the legal names of the sponsor and the entity receiving sponsorship. 2. Scope of sponsorship. This section details the nature of the sponsorship, including whether it's financial, in-kind, or promotional support. 3. Compensation and deliverables. This section specifies the payment terms, the support being offered, and the deliverables expected from the sponsored party, such as brand exposure or advertising. 4. Term and termination. This section outlines the duration of the agreement and the conditions under which it can be terminated by either party. 5. Responsibilities of the parties. This section defines the responsibilities of both the sponsor and the sponsored party, such as promoting the sponsor's brand or providing access to events. 6. Exclusivity. This section specifies whether the sponsor will be the exclusive sponsor within a certain category or if other sponsors will be allowed. 7. Confidentiality. This section protects any confidential information shared during the sponsorship relationship. And 8. Dispute resolution. This details the procedure the parties can take in the event of a dispute. How to fill out a sponsorship agreement template. Now let's dive into how you can fill out a sponsorship agreement using an online template. Here is a list of 6 steps you can follow to fill out a sponsorship agreement template you can find on Contracts Council's marketplace. Step 1. Select template needed. The first step is to select the template you need based on the type of sponsorship and scope. There are multiple lawyer-drafted versions to pick from, and you can review information about the lawyers who drafted them. Step 2. Parties and date. The next step will be to fill in the date of the agreement being made, and then fill in the legal name of the sponsor and the legal name of the beneficiary or the company receiving sponsorship. Step 3. Description of business, products, and services. The next step is to fill out a brief description of the business, product, or service of the beneficiary or party receiving the sponsorship. This essentially describes what the business does, so it is clearly outlined in the agreement. Step 4. Dispute resolution and choice of law. The next step is to fill out the fees to be paid by the sponsor and any payment schedules or additional payment terms. This is essentially where you make clear what the financial or in-kind support is to be provided by the sponsor. Step 5. Exhibit A. Sponsorship fee and obligations. The next step is to fill out Exhibit A, which will outline things like sponsorship fee, in-kind sponsorship, and obligations. This is where you describe the payment or other support being provided by the sponsor and the obligations or both the sponsor and event organizer or beneficiary. Step 6. Signature section. For the signature section, you will want to add the full legal names of both parties so you can prepare the document for signature. Note that the rest of the document has been drafted by a lawyer and does not need to be edited, unless you choose to do so. Creating a sponsorship agreement is a vital step in protecting both the sponsor and the sponsored entity in a business relationship. If you need help from an experienced lawyer or want to find a lawyer-drafted template, feel free to search Contracts Council or visit contractscouncil.com. Thanks for watching.